Welcome back everyone. You might be in a situation where I talked about previously on the last 2 days where your PlayStation 4 controller is just not charging, and this hasn't happened to me quite frequently. I feel like on my Xbox One controller it happens more often, but there are a couple of ways to fix it without having to take apart your controller or anything like that. Now ultimately, if your controller is, fundamentally broken, then you will probably either have to get it replaced or, fix that specific part by opening it up. But before you do that, these are a couple of things I would recommend. Now the first thing, I would check the USB cable that you're charging your controller with. Now a lot of these things are, kind of transferred over from my previous one that I did for the Xbox One. But honestly, have been so many times where I was afraid a phone wasn't working, a tablet wasn't working, whatever, so many electronic devices. There's been so many times where I'm like, oh my god, this might actually not be working. But when I go and replace that cable and then I go and just use a different micro USB cord or something, that ends up working. So sometimes, and I'll say a majority of the time than not, your controller may actually not be functioning because of the wire you're charging it with. So go ahead and grab another micro USB cord and just try to go ahead and replace it and then see if it charges. I would probably bet you, almost 50-50, maybe 60-40, it's probably going to end up fixing it, which is a really, really good thing. So that's the very first thing I would recommend doing. Now the next thing I would recommend doing is to actually look at the micro USB port on the back of the controller and actually see if it's kind of jummed up with a bunch of little gunk and dirt and stuff, because a lot of the times, even if the cord works, sometimes the controller may actually not be getting that signal because there's just so much built up residue inside of that micro USB port. So what I would recommend doing is actually grabbing a toothpick. A cotton swab is kind of too big, but something like a toothpick would probably be the best thing to do. Something non-metal because you don't want to shock yourself. And all you want to do at this point is just grab that toothpick and kind of rub it inside of the micro USB port. What ends up happening is that a lot of little gunk, and like I said earlier, a lot of those things are going to start coming out, and you'll probably get a whole pile of those things. And then at that point, all you have to do is just make sure it's pretty clean, try your best, and then just go ahead and plug back in the micro USB port and see if it takes a charge. I feel like at this point, this will probably end up fixing a lot of those issues, and then you're just going to have to wait it out a little bit and make sure the controller is charging. Now, if you just plug it in immediately and you just expect it to turn on, sometimes that may not end up working. You may just have to let it sit for a little while and take that charge in, go away for a little while, come back, and this might actually end up fixing the issue too. If you just let the controller charge up for a little while, this almost 9 times out of 10, I will say, will probably end up fixing those issues too. So that's really pretty much it. I would say these are the main ways that you can go ahead and try to get the controller to kind of get the charge a little bit. Like I said, if at the end of this, your controller is still not functional, you may just have a faulty controller and you may just have to go get it replaced or whatever. And if you need to, I'll go ahead and leave a link to the description below to the cheapest PlayStation 4 controller I can find on Amazon, so you can get it from there and help support the channel at the same time. But that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my main channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.